I hope that people will see a game in the show and say, oh, that's amazing. This just won. I want to go buy this game, but I get a special offer on it tonight. Let me go grab it. And look, the stories that matter the most to me coming out of the show are sometimes when these game developers will call me up on the Monday after, a small indie team, and say, you know what, Jeff, like, it was cool we were in the show, but we actually sold like a lot of games this weekend. That makes all the hard work worthwhile for everyone on the team, I think, to know that these developers have a platform and we can drive an audience to check out a game that they're really going to love.
Not a single mention. Not one mention of The Missing. Hell, I don't even think the words The Missing were ever spoken throughout the 3 hours of the Game Awards. Not a single frame of gameplay, not even a pause break for the category it was nominated in. Now, for those of you who don't know what The Missing is, I'm not fucking surprised with all the publicity bungles that have been happening left and right surrounding this one game. But let me do my best to inform you. The Missing is an indie game from a brand new studio, White Owls Incorporated, which is helmed by Swery65, the creator of games like Deadly Premonition, D4, and the upcoming Good Life. He's developed somewhat of a cult following for games that are eccentric, bizarre, and are heavily inspired by a lot of Western media. He's a fun-loving guy who has a huge heart, and he cares for the players of his games deeply. And his latest creation, The Missing, is a product of all that love. Now, if you want to hear my thoughts on the game, you can go watch the review, but in a nutshell, that game is very important to a lot of people because it tackles the heavy subject of gender identity and the acceptance of self. And while I'm not saying that no other game has ever touched that subject and that Celeste is not worthy of the award, you have to understand that there were a lot of people out there that were hoping that this game would get some form of recognition on a worldwide stage. If not an award, at least at the bare minimum, mentioning the name or showing a clip of the game. You know, stuff that would be typical of any award show. But no, The Missing was missing in action. So the only reason I tuned into the Game Awards was because The Missing got nominated for the Games for Impact category. This was kind of a big deal to Swery and his fans because The Missing marks the first game for his brand new studio, and it suffered through a series of terrible marketing decisions by the hand of its publisher, so the world at large is pretty unaware of its existence in the first place. Figuratively speaking, this was like a second chance for the game to get noticed. Every single day since it was nominated, Swery has been on that Twitter grind, tweeting and encouraging everyone to vote for his game, which they did, and so did I. Every day I logged into that dumbass Game Awards website and voted for The Missing and nothing else. Look how fucking stoked he is. But the truth is, it doesn't matter in the first place because we're not operating by a popular vote, which would represent the gamer population's voice. The votes only counted towards influencing a series of faceless game journalists that don't have to explain any bit of the reasoning or give any sort of thoughts or perspective on the games in which they nominated. We're dealing with a video game electoral college, and we're counting on these journalists to represent all gamers everywhere. Why did I ever expect this award show to be anything but a joke? So let's talk about the format of the Game Awards. How are these nominations typically presented? 1. A list of the games, followed by a trophy handoff to the developer, and then that developer gives a speech. This presentation tends to last about a minute and a half. 2. Someone just reads a list, pretends not to know who the winner is, then announces the winner, people clap, and then they move on. This takes no more than 30 seconds at the most. Number 3, the premium package, usually front-ended by an unfunny sketch, delivered by a fuck I don't care about in a puppet, and then blam! Full motion graphic of the award category, followed by a sizzle reel of all the games that were nominated within that category, showing off gameplay and the title of the game. Snap back to the shit sketch to round off the sandwich, fumbling with the card, opening the card, saying the name of the winner, and then the entire team takes the stage to give a speech that's supposed to be inspirational and touch us on many levels. But honestly, who gives a shit what a group full of honkies has to say? Would it be too much to ask for a little yellow representation on the stage that isn't Hideo Kojima for a change? 10 whole minutes dedicated to this category alone. But wait, where's the games for impact? Where was Swery in the missings category? Did I miss it? When will it start? Hashtag the missing. Hashtag the missing for Game of the Year 2018. Hashtag the Game Awards. When? Hashtag the missing. Hashtag the Game Awards. Did they skip my nomination for Game for Impact? Why? Something wrong? Please, Someidoi, give me reason of politically correct. Hashtag the missing. Hashtag the Game Awards. What the fuck, donut head exploding? I had to do a double take. Yeah, they mentioned the Games for Impact, but only that Celeste won it.
Tonight, Celeste also wins the Games for Impact Award.
They did not mention any other game within that category. No little title card, no clips of the gameplay shown, not even a single acknowledgement that the missing was ever nominated. We needed to be called as a nomination at the awards. Even if we didn't win, why did they not display the name of the missing on the screen? Hashtag the missing. Hashtag the Game Awards. Celebrate for the loser. Good night. Good night. Hashtag drinking. Hashtag the missing. Hashtag the missing for Game of the Year 2018. This is so fucking sad. This is sad. This is disrespectful. Why did you spend all this time building up this man's hopes and dreams only to break and shatter them, forcing him to wake up in the early AM to watch this ramshackle affair chock full of YouTube Zoomers and Fortnite faux hawks, only to impose all this suffering upon him? You inconsiderate fucks. I will never watch your dumb show again.